Welcome to all of you out there, astrology friends. Here is a new video about the new moon in Taurus, and that is going to happen around and about the 8th of May of 2024. We're going to have a whole bunch of planets in the sign of Taurus. Of course, every year around this time we have a new moon in Taurus, but now it's a huge emphasis on that sign, because the sun and the moon are coming together at the degree of 18 degree of Taurus, but who's already there is Jupiter and Uranus and even Venus, the ruler of this whole new moon. So it's a traffic jam in the sign of Taurus. It's a lot of earth. It's a lot of groundedness that we are having. And of course, every new moon means a new beginning. It means a planting of a seed, of a start of something brand new. And when that is in Taurus, it's kind of raw, real, no nonsense, down to earth. And it's there to give us a focus on the quality of life rather than the quantity. So, as I said, this is a very Taurian kind of energy with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planets in Taurus. First Venus at 10 degrees, then the sun and the moon at 18 degrees, then Uranus at 22 degrees, and then Jupiter at 25 degrees, all in Taurus. So that means a lot of stability in the sky, yes, but what is the flavor of this new moon? It's definitely a Uranian flavor. And Uranus, they say in America, don't they? Uranus is absolutely, has nothing to do with stability. It actually wants to break rules, to innovate and to create something new that is better, that is more innovative. And so we're having here a mixture of, on the one hand, very stable energy, but on the other hand, energy that wants to break through. And we, of course, had this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction around the 20th of April. Go and check out that video if you haven't done already. So the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction it's important to talk about this. Why? Because it's activated immensely by this new moon. So the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction that we still feel, because it's not bang on the 20th that you're going to feel Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. It is, of course, going to be activated every now and then when faster planets, like personal planets like the sun and the moon and Venus, is passing or crossing that point in a certain angle, like a conjunction or an opposition and whatnot. So we're going to feel it, this Jupiter-Uranus, which is all about new beginnings around freedom and around purpose. Let's not forget, this was a lot about purpose. This was a lot about having real purpose in the real 3D world almost, but in a very innovative way. Why is this Jupiter-Uranus so important? Because it's activated by the sun and the moon, that new moon, that is going to touch it. And that's why it's going to get activated. So we're going to see now. The 20th of April was also, like you could say, a planting of a seed with the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. And now we're going to see the first glimpse of what it can be and will be and is already. So we're already seeing the first kind of consequences of the energy that we jumped on or not. Hopefully we did, on this Jupiterian-Uranian kind of energy, innovative and new and fresh and ready to grow and to, on a spiritual, it's a very spiritual conjunction as well, Jupiter-Uranus. It's with having a lot of insight and a lot of consciousness, and to break patterns and to break those old patterns so that we can live a good life, a very Taurian, good, juicy life, so to speak. So what is that? We're definitely going to have a look at where for the 12 signs in a minute. Very quickly though, because it's very obvious. It's a certain area of your life that is definitely going to be highlighted in, look, this is where we can get innovative. This is where we can get very, very much growth in this area of our lives. And although it sounds very fixed energy, which it is, also fixed energy can grow, right? So, excuse me, isn't the throat also associated with Taurus? I think it is, right? So to become a little bit clearer there. Now, it's a total activation of that Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. I talked about that. And what are the other planets doing well? The other planets, like Mercury, for instance, it just came out or jumped over Chiron, which is like at the same time whilst all of this is happening. And I'm getting a very scratchy, sexy voice now. Oh my goodness. Mea culpa, mea culpa. But you see, it's getting looser. It's better. It's better. It's better. And so Mercury jumping over Chiron means healing. It means a very understanding of our wounds and a very much deeper understanding of the growth, because we don't avoid the pain and we go through it and we allow it. So that is the energy. Meanwhile, you could say with all that Taurian energy on a mind level, we have a lot of this insights, with Mercury still being in Aries. Now, Mars is also in Aries, and it just sextiled Pluto, so it's quite content in its own sign and wanting to go for it. So that is the background. Now, with this stellium of Taurus, there's also a sextile to Saturn, which is again, a sextile is nice energy, and Saturn, again, it's stability. So, of course, when we feel very safe, I would say it's also when there is a sextile to Saturn or trine to Saturn, it has to do with safety as well, that we feel secure. And of course, when we feel secure and we are enlightened, we feel strong enough to go through a new path that we don't know what the outcome is going to be, which is Uranian kind of energy. So I really like this new moon. It's a very positive new moon. It's a very beautiful energy for sure. If you have planets around 18 degrees of Taurus, you will really feel it. Also 18 degrees of Scorpio, you will really feel it more in a challenging way. And also Aquarius and Leo, 18 degrees. These are the signs that are going to feel it a little bit more in a challenge. But nevertheless, an opportunity for those insights. And of course, the other earth signs are really going to benefit from that, like Virgo and Capricorn. They're going to have this massive, big, huge trine to their energy with all these planets. They're going to feel Venus trine their energy, Uranus trine their energy, Jupiter trine their energy, and even the new moon. So it means that those signs will feel very much at ease, will feel very secure and very flowy and very like life is going with them, so to speak. Now, when you start, as I said, in an area of life that has to do with Taurus, of course, but in general, Taurus is about finances and another couple of things, which I'm going to say now. So for a lot of people, there's going to be a focus on finances and an improving of that, a calming of that. It's also the 5 senses of enjoyment, right? A lot of people are going to feel that they deserve and they are worth it, because the whole sign of Taurus is about worthiness, that they are worth it to have a good life with good foods, good drink, luxury products, or at least, you could say, and with luxury products, I'm not meaning a Louis Vuitton or a Cartier or whatnot, but I'm meaning beautiful quality products that are made with care and with focus. And whether that is food or whether it is a watch, whatever it is. We are more prone now to embrace ourselves with these things, and because we feel that we are worth it. Of course, you have to work for it. I'm not saying that you have to sit in a couch and wait until beautiful luxury products fall into your, fall onto your head, but into your head, on your head, whatever. But it's also about, you can work very hard and still be very, I never have a good quality product and whatnot. It's in the head of, you could say, do I feel consciously that I'm worth it? So these are themes that are very important, and very important now to tackle, and to see, like, oh, maybe why am I not, when I'm looking at a person that I envy, for instance, because they're having a nice car and a nice whatever, or maybe a nice woman or man or whatever, it is now that question of, do I think, why am I envying them? Why am I not copy pasting what they are doing? Maybe they are working hard, or maybe they are very friendly, and that's why they are attracting a good partner or whatever. And first and foremost, you can do all those things, but do you feel that you are worth it? That's the whole deal of Taurus. Do you feel that you are worth it? Do you feel that you are entitled to that in life? Do you feel that it is a basic right to be happy, to be happy in a very earthly, enjoyable way, like I was saying, with a good glass of wine, with all those good quality products around you, and with a nice fire on when it's very cold, and so on and so on, with comfort. Taurus is the sign of comfort, to feel comfortable, to feel at ease, to feel that you can rest. It's a very yin energy. If you know people who are Taurians, my goodness me, I know a few, and they are very yin. They are very, it doesn't matter when they're a man or a woman, but yin in a way that they are. And that's because they allow themselves to be surrounded by beautiful things around them, by nice foods and so on. They feel that they are worth it. And it's time now for us to also step into that, to upgrade our lifestyle, to upgrade first and foremost our thinking, because with Mercury in Aries and with Chiron, we see that it's all starting from the thinking processes. It's all started from, we create, of course, we don't create everything. I mean, we don't have control over everything, but we have far more control than we think. And especially how we think. And if we are healed from that, and if we say, yeah, I think I'm worth it as well. I'm a production of the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I'm worth it to have good this and good that. So it's a lot about quality of life, having beautiful clothes that you like. They don't have to be, again, those luxury Dior, Chanel clothes. Dior do they do clothes? I don't even know. Bags they do, right? Anyway, but it's about you loving it and not taking care. It's about, I don't care what other people think. If other people think that this product is too much, that's their problem. I like it. Or if other people even don't like it, I do like it. If, for instance, my partner doesn't like this sweater, I mean, I like it. I have to wear it. And it's soft, it's gentle, and so on and so on. It's a lot about me and the second house. It's association with the second house, which is about the me, which is about what are my assets to give myself a comfortable life, so that in the next step of my life, which is the third house in Gemini, I can talk and communicate and connect with people. You have to feel safe first and foremost. And and the ruler of that new moon is in its own sign. So there's definitely an acceleration and an expression of this whole Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, for sure. And a lot of these themes, like finances and the assets and your assets, your resources, your talents, investing in you, in your own talents in order for you to have a better life. And the enjoyment of life, the enjoyment of enjoying a nice meal, enjoying a good cup of coffee and a beautiful cup, and all of these things, that is very Taurian like. So let's delve into that. And we all have a new start to, or an opportunity at least, around the 8th of May, to have that new beginning in a way that is very, very earthly, that is very 3D. And I know that a lot in the, the spiritual world, that it is often thought that, oh, spirituality, that's all about the immaterial stuff and not the material stuff. It's not true. I think it's both. I think, yes, it's a balance between those two, and just being immaterially successful doesn't imply that materially you have to be not successful, or the other way around. It doesn't have to be like that. It is both, and that is definitely an opportunity for us to tap into that energy. It's a beautiful energy, so be open for it. And I'm going to have a look where this is very quickly, because it's very simple, isn't it? It's a very simple Taurian message. Taurus is all about simplicity. And I mean the power of that, the power of simplicity. It doesn't have to be always complicated. That's for the Scorpios. The opposite sign is Scorpio, and that's very complicated. That's very emotional. And so each sign has its way of expressing itself. So the beauty of this Taurian energy is that Taurian is known, the pitfall of Taurus is known to be to not grow very fast, because they want to keep towards the things that are very known. So a Taurian, or a person with the sun in Taurus or a moon in Taurus, they would rather stay with bad circumstances because it's known, than going towards a new circumstance that they feel, that they know that it's going to be better, but it's the unknown, how to go through that. So, and that's the pitfall of the Taurian. But now in Taurus we have Jupiter and Uranus. It's almost as if these planets are saying, look, it's good to innovate and trust in that and find purpose in that. And that's new, and that is beautiful. So let's have a look for the signs. So for Aries, this is your second house. This is your Taurian house. For Aries people, there is a new beginning when it comes to owning it, saying that it's yours, claiming that it's yours, and it's good for the growth of your self-worth. It could mean that you're going to buy something that is important for you, like for instance a car, and with buying that car you can do other jobs where you need a car, things like that. So investments, investing in your talents, investing in you. Biggest message. Taurians, the whole introduction is for you. There's so much happening with you. And you are seen now yourself in a different light because of this Jupiter-Uranus in your sign. So whilst normally you would stick to what you know, you are now not going to do that. You're now going to go for the adventure and still feeling safe, which is amazing. So go for it. And this first house, this is your life path. So this is about everything. This is about your relationships, new relationships. This is about you reinventing yourself in a new way, in such a way that people who haven't seen you for a while are saying, who is that? And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. You are reinventing yourself. You are reinventing careers, connections, everything. So make use of it. Geminis, this is the 12th house. This is a massive energy in your unconscious hidden house, but in a good way, in a beautiful way. It's a good time, if you can, to relax. It's a good time to take some time off. If you can, go to a faraway place where you have those luxuries, or where you can do that. You're worth it to also embrace that. On another level, it's you connecting with the deepest part of you, you connecting with your blind spots, you understanding where you are coming from, you understanding the things that you do, the self-undoing, so to speak, you understanding and healing, a very healing energy here. Go for a massage, go for some meditation, the things that you love to do. Cancerians, this is your 11th house. This is a very social time for you. So at least around that time, make sure that you're amongst like-minded people, that you are amongst friends, that you are amongst people that have your best interest, that you share your ideas for the future with. So the 11th house is a very future-oriented house, the house of friends and the house of your goals for the future. So there might be a new planting of the seed here. So you might be having new plans, and you might be having new friends, or a big gathering with a lot of them. Leo, this is your 10th house. This is the top of your chart. So there could be a whole new beginning when it comes to work for you, a whole new start when it comes to career that is way more innovative, independent, Jupiterian, which is about teaching and learning and traveling. A whole new expansive energy here, and on a whole different level that you can reach when it comes to work. If you say, Veerle, I'm 70, I'm not working anymore, then this is about how you want to be seen in the world and the contribution that you're doing to your environment. And you want to do a pretty good one. You want to have good vibes and sending them out. So do send out those good vibes. It's almost a bit like a second ascendant. So reach out for that for sure. Virgos, this is your 9th house, and you're one of those signs that is also a fellow earth sign. So you are going to have massive advantage of this. So in the 9th house, it's a very important, fiery, inspiring house. It's the house of God, you could say. But if you don't believe in God, you could see it as a mental house. It's the house of the higher mind. It's the house of how you look at the world, your perspective. And there is massive growth here. So you are growing tremendously. You are literally traveling, literally more traveling, or literally a lot of learning, maybe a new, you are applying for a new, learning something at school, universities, or you teaching, or you expressing, or you making a YouTube channel. That's very 9th house. You reaching a lot of people. You reaching out to a lot of people, and a lot of people reaching out to you. There could be a new platform here. If you work for yourself and you're communicating a lot, there could be a lot of communication here that you're going to do, and that is very grounding and inspiring for others as well. So you're working a bit like a coach then for others, and an inspiration for others for sure. But it's also your perspective that is like very grounded and very, very open and vast. So which is a rare combination, because a lot of people might have big perspectives, but they're not really able to make them real. But for you, you can, which is nice. Librans, this is the 8th house, a massive energy in the 8th house, which is a very hidden house. So what's going on here? This is the house of life and death. This is the house of transformation. So there's definitely transformation going on here and big life changes for sure. But with Venus here, attracting also money, and especially money that is considered with you investing with another person, the money of your spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, the money that you loan. There could be like a return on investment, tax returns, inheritances, all these things that are having breakthroughs. On a deeper level, on a psychological level, this is also breakthroughs. And this is like, literally, you could be getting pregnant, you could be, those themes of life and death are very much here in the present for you. And there could be also a big understanding of yourself and of a deeper psychological you. And also, the eighth house is also the value of other people that they bring in. So you could be getting a present that is financial, or someone saying something to you, kind words that is very much touching your heart. On another level, it's intimacy. So when you're in a relationship, or you might be going into a new relationship that has a lot of intimacy, that has a lot of that one-to-one level where you can be you, and that person sees you with the good, the bad, and the ugly, and that vulnerability turns into love, and turns into something that you share with a special person. Beautiful energy. Scorpios, what is happening in your relationships? Well, if you're single, this definitely can mean a new connection. And it's, wow, it's overwhelming, and it's new, and it's innovative. And this person is definitely handsome and beautiful and graceful, with all that Taurian energy over there. If you are in a relationship, there is a new phase here. And it's a very positive energy, but it's definitely an energy of an upgrade, of going up a level, and finding a new connection, or having an existing one going up a level for sure. And with a lot of focus on that, with a lot of focus on starting all over, starting brand new, and finding also a lot of meaning in other people. There's definitely one person, whether you're single or not, there's definitely a person. It could be a teacher as well, or a coach, or someone who has that role of mentor. So, and that shows you so much about the world. Sagittarians, this is all happening in your sixth house. And that is very, very real, because the sixth house is a real house. It's the house of work. It's the house of your health. So you could be definitely here. First of all, on the level of health, you could be having this new lifestyle. It's definitely something to look forward to with this new moon, and to start maybe doing some sports, doing some fitness, doing some running, walking, whatever it is that you love to do. There is a good energy to keep going with it. So keep that in mind, because sometimes we start and then after 2 weeks we stop, but not with this energy. So if you want to improve your health, do so. Start with something new. Start with maybe a new diet, with Taurus as well. Oh, I'm not going to eat sugar anymore, and I cut that out diet. And, meanwhile, I'm going a little bit more vegetarian, for instance. Whatever it is, it's a good timing to start that. It's also a good timing to start new when it comes to work. There could be new work coming your way, definitely a lot of work coming your way with Jupiter there and Uranus, but a lot of innovative, independent work, or that you feel, because you work, you feel very independent. That kind of energy. It's also your lifestyle. So you could be getting an upgrade there, and that's amazing, because you have a lot of work, and you're fixing things that has to do with your lifestyle. With fixing, I mean routines. Maybe now you're going to have 3 times a day a meal instead of 1. These kind of things. You can really upgrade your lifestyle, having some good luxury products there, or quality products, and so on. Capricorns, you're one of those signs that are having a trine energy, because you're a fellow earth sign in your 5th house, a very jolly house. Now, for the single Capricorns, this is definitely a good energy for meeting someone new, and a very beautiful, handsome person. A person that is very Jupiterian Uranus like, so very, you could say, wise, very optimistic, very much knowing about how the world operates, so to speak, and a very, fresh kind of person. If you are in a relationship, this could mean that there are other stuff that in that fifth house that is bubbling up with new starts. It could really mean something like it's the house of hobbies. So you're starting a new hobby. And it's one that is related to, so Taurus could be related to your health. So something that you're doing, sports, for instance, could be that you're doing so, and not only because the fun of it, because that's definitely the fifth house, but also, you know, in a way that is very good for your health. And so new hobbies that you could explore, and you're really loving it. Venus is there as well. New love that starts here as well. You know, the fifth house is the house of love, and maybe you're single. New love can come into your life. It can also mean a new beginning in the life of your children, if you have them. And also, yes, if you want a child, you know, it's probably going to be a very witty Jupiter-Uranus kind of child, and very exciting indeed. Aquarians, this is your fourth house. This is all this energy at the bottom of your chart, which is like you having a new start when it comes to your core, when it comes to who you truly are. So the fourth house is the house of the parents, of the ancestry, and so on. So you could be having like having good times with family members, you know, with Venus there, maybe doing a family reunion or something like that, or you going back to family, or having a new start, literally with a new home. Could be that as well, that you're going for a new home and that you're having a new beginning there. On another deeper level, it's on another more non-material level, it's an understanding of your emotions, and it's a new start of a reboot, so to speak, around your emotional setup that is way more grounding, that is way more responding instead of reacting directly, and that gives you peace and stability, which is a good thing. But definitely you could be also doing things from home that you truly, truly love. Pisceans, this is a very busy energy. This is your third house where this is happening. And the third house is a communicative house where there's a lot of emails and phone calls and short trips and travel here and there and going from point A to B. It's a busy, busy time for you, but it's one with a lot of positive energy, like with Venus there, Jupiter, Uranus there. So there's a lot of growth involved and a lot of juiciness as well, a lot of good energy involved with that third house. If you're having, for instance, your own business, you could grow tremendously because of the social media that you're doing, maybe a new website and so on. And you could be doing all these kinds of things. Now, another thing that is going on for the third house is, of course, it's a social house, and the third house is a lot about people in your neighborhood. It's your siblings, it's your neighbors, and you could be giving a party at home and inviting everyone in the street. For instance, it's going to be a very nice party with good food and good drinks, you know, with all this Taurian energy. So you could be very active and be very social during this time for sure. And so when it comes to love, you could be thinking a lot about love as well. And what is going on here? Oh yeah. Sorry for that. It was a phone call. Anyway, I'm doing this on my phone. But so yes, it's a lovely time to go on a trip, to go on a short trip, and to meet love, if you would love that. With Venus there in the third house, you could meet someone new for sure. Those Pisceans who are single and who are open for love, this is definitely possible. And definitely, you know, when you do those third house kind of things, like short trips, like maybe also going to a workshop or you doing the workshop. It's also a very good time for you to start something new with learning. So to learn a new skill, to learn something that is very practical. Maybe you're thinking about moving to another country within a year or two, and now with this new beginning in your third house, you're learning the language. Why not? Something like that, that is really, really practical, and that's going to be really expansive and good for you in the long run. And of course, it's your ruler, right? Your ruler, Jupiter with Uranus there, and it's going to be activated again by this new moon. So you're going to feel this very strongly, that the way that you think is so important as well. This day-to-day way of thinking in your third house is very important. And yes, so that's the new moon in Taurus. I hope it was interesting for you. Thank you so much for watching. Share this, like, subscribe, and see you next time. Bye-bye.